So now I have all my staples in, and I think that should hold my ribbon down pretty nicely. Most of them landed inside the seam of the ribbon. I think that's gonna work out. I hope that's gonna work out, but I'm positive. Okay. So now gluing the book together in the center gave me a pretty hard surface over here, and I want to have hard surfaces in the front and back as well. So I'm gonna glue some chipboard onto the front and back cover just to make it sturdier. So let me cut that chipboard and then I'll be back. So I'm back with my chipboard. Well, it's not chipboard actually, it's cardstock, sturdy cardstock in a cream color, and I cut it at 5 3/4 so that it's just a hair shorter than the width of the book. Now first of all I want to quickly ink one side with a black ink pad. Because that part might show a little bit. It's gonna be covered with pattern paper and first of all black paper I think, but that edge could show a little. So when I have it like this, see, I again got my finger into my ink pad. I don't know what I'm doing. When it's like this, the edge is dark. Do the same thing with the other piece. That's okay. Close that. Clean my hands. I have my card to spread the glue. Now let me just get a scrap piece of paper to put in here. Because otherwise I might glue my pages together. Yeah, that has happened to me before. So I'm gonna get the leftovers of my Aleene's tacky glue. And I'm gonna spread that out on this book cover. Well, actually I should have probably spread it out rather on my cardstock. Because I don't want to mess up the ribbon. With the glue. So let's see. Spread that out. This is just an old key card from a hotel, I think. So get that on the edge over here. Especially be crucial about the corners. It might be too much glue, but better too much than too little, right? So now I'm gonna line this up with my cover. Okay, it's not nicely lined up. Or is my paper not straight? That could be a problem as well. Okay. And glue is squeezing out everywhere. But I think it's okay. Gonna be okay. And I'm just nicely pressing this down, especially on the side of the spine. So let's work on the second side. But learning from my mistakes, this time I'm gonna put the glue on the cardstock. But I need another sheet of paper to lay underneath, like that. I'll maybe take this one and have a clean sheet of paper later. Okay, of course that's stuck on there. Somehow it's hard to get that glue out. You know what, for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna use the other bottle of Aleene's. Just to speed things up a little. And as I had it before, I want a fair amount of glue on my piece of paper, because I want this to be a sturdy thing and I want it to last for a long time. Let's see if that's enough. And get my paper down. Again, I'm gonna line up the corners. This is a lot easier than before because the cover is straight this time and not bending from the wet glue as it did before. Lessons learned. Lessons learned, you guys. Okay. Sometimes it's really trial and failure that helps us get better. And as I said, I've never done a project like this before, gluing two notebooks together, then putting ribbon on the spine, on the outside spine. I have hand sewn a journal on which I covered the inside spine with ribbon, but that was a whole different story. Okay, and I'm working with my kitchen paper towel, just so that glue that comes out of the sides gets caught right away and doesn't mess up my book and my beautiful, beautiful ribbon. Okay, this looks good, but I think I have to give this a little time to dry because it's really a lot of glue and I can feel the moisture on the paper. And I want it to be nice and straight, so I probably will put some other books on top of it just so that it can lay nice and flat and dry flat. That's the most important thing. But I had good experience when I was gluing together the journals. I was surprised how flat and sturdy this part got. And I don't mind having this thick page in the middle because I'm planning on putting conversion charts on this page, and the thickness will make it easier to find in my book. So that's another plus for me. Close that like that. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry and then I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. So I'm back with my next step for you. My book is fairly dry now. So I'm gonna cover this with black paper. And I wanna fold the flaps over so that the sides of this page are covered. And I want to create a pocket here in front and in the back. So let me get my paper. I have this black American Crafts textured cardstock. I bought that in a pack of, I think, 60 pages or something like that. I always have that handy in vanilla and in black because I use that in quite a lot of projects. And I need to cut it. Let me measure my book. Now I want to line the edge up with this edge over here. So I gotta go with, let's say 5 3/4. 5 3/4. And then my pocket should be maybe 1.5 inch, I would say. Yeah, I think 1.5 inches is fine. So that makes 7 1/4. Quickly gonna cut that. That's off camera. My paper cutter is on my other desk over here. 7 1/4. And cut. Okay, and I need the height. That was 8 1/4, so let's give us an inch to wrap around. So we're gonna cut at 10 1/4. Okay. And now I'm gonna score that. Oops. Where is my folder here? I'm gonna score it at I want a 1.5 inch pocket. I gotta wrap it around, so I'm gonna go just a hair shorter. I'm gonna move it just a tiny little bit out of the corner here, like that. And I'm gonna score at, we had 5 3/4, so 5 3/4 over here. Score. Yep, that'll work out. Yep, 5 3/4. Now we have 1 inch to either side. Again, I'm gonna move it just a hair and score at 1 inch. Turn it and score at 1 inch, just a hair less than 1 inch. Okay, like that. Okay,